All right, all right, all right. Welcome to another of Summoner's War, the Midgame Challenge podcast, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah, Stewie, how do you do?
Doing all right. Just farming my rifts this morning. I already did my dailies. Just trying to get more of more of these suckers because you have to have a few hundred of them every week in order to do some crafting.
Huh.
So
I've never run out of those things. I know what you mean. Wait, which
so
ones?
the
Oh,
only
crafting. You're talking about crafting, not the purchase of the reapps.
yeah, no, like for if you're looking at the reapps, yeah, you don't need them for the reapps.
Right, right, right.
But you do need them for
Uh-oh.
back. Looks like my Discord crashed.
Yeah, I gotta do the
Um,
stream again.
Yeah, no, you need them for the legendary boxes. And let me get my imaging back up. Always super fun. Top-notch content. Top-notch content. There we go.
I can edit that part out.
Don't worry about it.
All
It
right.
brings realism.
Yeah.
It, it,
We're real
it makes
dudes with real computers, and Discord crashes when you do this.
it makes us look even more human than
Yeah.
we already are. No, so crafting for um, the boxes. So you need 150 of those, as well as I feel like there's
Oh, it's
something.
that thing. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you need 300 every week. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not running low on these buggers
Nope. Nope.
because there's so few places to use them.
It's funny. Look
But
at look at mine. How our like experience on those is sort of reversed. That I have like way fewer of the pure magic
so
crystal and more of the condensed.
it's because the condensed are used for um,
Yeah.
the to do two sets. So I did a lot of fight
You've
runes.
crafted those. I never craft
Yep.
those things. I never do.
Yeah,
I
I got a
feel
few
like
decent ones, but it's just the drop rate on the condensed magic is lower than the pure, which is weird. So like you can see here, I've gotten 43 condensed and 52 pures.
so I've always felt like the cost of crafting the those new runes was too high. Like for 60, I mean the light and dark ones, I have a ton of those.
Hmm.
But for the, whether it's, the fire or the wind, I have tons of the water. But I guess I've just never like had so many of these things where I was like, yeah, 60, that's no problem. Maybe I should be farming rifts more.
Well, and I
I
mean
used to
that
have
has to do
tons.
with well, that also has to do with like the scores you can get. If you're only getting A's, A pluses, if you're not into the S scores yet,
Yeah,
then you're not really getting a large portion of those,
yeah.
and you primarily just want to get whatever you need for the reapps.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
I'm deep into the triple S. That's every time, but it's like at this point, you know what? This is one use where I've enjoyed the auto battle. I mean, I love auto battle, but like this is another
mhm,
place where I use it. Is essentially my rift farming is when it comes up as my bonus quest. When you do your dailies, and it like gives
mhm,
me wind. I'll just do like 10. You know, but I wish it would
mhm.
just like give wind and fire more because I'm always running low on those ones. And don't give me, don't tell me I have to BJ5 because then I just don't do it until the night. Or dragons. It's like, come on, man. I'm gonna do my
And
dragons.
if that is, I fire up my ult. I just do fours, which I'm hoping. I just got another defense tower on my ult, defense tower upgrade. I'm hoping soon that it'll be BJ5 ready.
Gonna do it. Yeah, just
Yeah,
another rune or two for
eventually.
that bale, and it's
Mhm.
close.
No, like the damage is fine. It's the survivability of the
Yeah,
team. So
exactly. It's
just the
that
HP and defense
you
stats
gotta
are
have
low. I
that.
didn't really have the good
It's tough,
good
man.
enough
That
grinds.
the
Yeah.
bale rune quality it's a lot.
Hmm.
You really
I mean,
have
yeah,
to.
it's a lot when you just haven't grinded R5 or R4 or any of the raids for a while. Like if you're like straight fresh in, then yeah, it's difficult. It's more difficult than I believe most people will imply. Um, so yeah, you would need to spend a lot of time in R3,
But
R4. I feel
my
in
bill,
order to get the grinds for
yeah.
making sure that your will fight Lauren is up to snuff, or your
All of it, man.
will your will fight Jansen
Getting
as
the
well.
amount of will runes that you need. I mean, being able to rune the units on will and
Hmm.
have them be tanky enough and do enough damage on the Bale. It's no joke. I mean, my Bale's like sort of overspec'd. He does more damage than he needs to, and that's cool. I like clicking on the damage tab and seeing my name first. Um, but
Hmm.
it's but it he's also on my best tankiest set that I have, you know. And so you really do have to, and that's after a few years of farming. You really
Hmm.
to have a good bale, it takes a few years of farming and your best runes across your entire account. You
Yeah.
know,
So and that's one of the things that I try and tell some of like my one friend that a real life friend that plays is set up a basic like Giants team, and then just put the highest damage runes you can on that Baliger, best set of will. It doesn't have to be rage. It really doesn't. It just has to have the stats. And then try and build that BGR5 team, because majority of the runes you need for the team are not that bad. It's
right?
the Baliger, which you should be able to get those stats on relatively easy. But the hardest part I feel is the Lauren and the Jansen, especially if you
Really?
want to try and put them on fight. You don't have to, as long as you have the damage on the Baliger. And with artifacts, it made it all that much easier. So I could try and rerune my Lauren and my Jansen on my alt to just get them more stats and take off some of the fight sets. I'm just lazy and I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't remember those being. But then again, maybe it's just because I had those runes kicking around. So it's just, oh right, he has to survive the jump on fight, right? Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
I could see how that'd be difficult for somebody that. I just had those, so I can understand now. I didn't even remember rune. Like I
Hmm.
was thinking like, wow, how could that be? But yeah, full fight, that's not easy. Yep, yep.
Because yeah, the only way to get fight runes is through the Rift engine.
Rifts are
So
tough,
and
man. Rifts are tough. Just for it's sort of like Guild War Siege, where you need a lot of units to be able to pull it off, and it's the same with the rifts. You need a lot of units or exactly the right units
mhm.
ruined really well, and then you can have them all do the same thing. But for
I
me,
mean,
I mean, when I started, I had
mhm,
5 different teams for the rifts and maybe a couple
mhm.
units here and there, but it's the only way I was able to do it, and that lasted for a long time. So it's not
and
easy to do that.
and there are actually a decent amount of units that can be used across um, all the Rift dungeons. I mean, Water Twins are great. Water Chenli is something that can be used. All those are an exception on the Wind dungeon, but the Wind Rift it's different because there's the healing mechanic that can actually do the damage for you. Um, and then Crow,
Yeah, yeah, he was a
Roke
staple
can
for
actually
me.
be used. Roke can be used in a decent amount of them as well, but Crow is really good. Naomi is really good. Crow and Naomi are actually really good for light, since you just need those big single target nukers. Um,
I don't even know what my
but
attacks are
yeah,
at
I
this
mean,
point.
if you can be uh, strategic about it, you can make units that can cross those boundaries between all the different rifts. And even on Light Rift, Water Twins are great. Like the mechanic of Light Rift is that damage is diminished on when you have multi hits.
Yeah,
So some of the twins skills when the shield is up has a diminished impact, but overall they're still doing a lot of damage when they attack together, so it can still be used.
Yeah, you can see my
Yeah.
teams on screen here. I use every unit that you just said. That's
Yep.
my
Yeah. No,
that's my team.
I was reading it basically. I was looking
And
at that.
it's the same team for dark, and water would be the same
Pretty
exact
similar.
team. And then I think fire has a couple different units in it, and wind has a few different units too. But then again, if somebody's starting, it's you got to have those units, and they have to be runed well. By the way, I just raped the runes from my Talia, and I'm paying for it now. I gotta give those back because now I exclusively use her in rifts. So I gotta.
Yeah,
I gotta,
Yeah, and I feel that I'm kind of doing the same thing on my alt as well. Is I've just ruined up Shayna, Sabrina, Talia for a Necker team as well as possibly a Dragons team, but they're swift, they're fatal, they're fast, they're not high damage.
Speaking of dungeons, I did something different this week that was sort of neat, and I liked it. I was just fooling around with my Giants team. Not that it was unstable, not that it was slow. I just sort of wanted to. I have this 5th unit in the team that I keep messing around with. I'm pretty sold on my first 4. I'm using Shaman.
Why?
No, he's great, man. He's great.
I mean, his S2, yeah, it's the same. It's
Hits
not going to
hard,
glance like with
and
Spectra.
his first skill has this heal. It's like 20% heal or something, and
Oh.
and it does pretty well. Like it's pretty reliable now, and it saves sometimes like my Lauren, either one of the tankier units that like doesn't get one shot by the boss with his like revenge attack. His little heal can save them, and it's like every other turn. So it's a ton of healing that occasionally on my occasionally on like the mid boss, like if I get stunned just right, my Lucian it's possible that he dies. I still usually clear, but with Shaman that doesn't happen. So I thought that was pretty cool. And by the way, I picked this up on some dude's YouTube that I had never seen before, and I really like this guy now. I think he's called Free to Play Gamer, F2P Gamer, and
I've seen him pop on my YouTube recommendations, but I don't think I've watched anything from him yet.
he's hilarious. So he's talking, and like the whole thing's subtitled for some reason. Maybe he thinks that people wouldn't be able to understand him, but he's funny. He's funny. I totally dig him, and he was doing this like one shot. He has this like one shot series where he takes one unit and uses them everywhere, and it was Shaman, and he used them everywhere. And I was like, you know what? That's not so bad. And so I was trying him here, and it was,
and then even
fun.
considering you could probably with that minor heal would be a nice addition to Dragons as well, just on that boss mechanic, because you're still going to cycle and take damage from the dots from the tower.
So I was thinking about it here, right?
And
my problem with Shaman
Spectra
here,
Shaman,
but
Spectra Shaman.
who do I take out, right? Who do I don't want to take out Elsharian because he's my primary stripper. Yeah, I could, and maybe I could do enough damage.
Honestly, I think you want to take out Elsharian because, because with Shaman's S2 being exactly the same as Spectra's, you're essentially doubling your damage dealer.
All right, so let's give it a shot. Because I thought of it and I was like, oh man, I just need so much utility in every spot in Dragons. But maybe. We'll see. And Elsharian doesn't do anything. I have a damage build on him here, but he doesn't do anything in the trash waves until the boss.
I feel like he's primarily support for the boss. He has only one function. But Shaman here, he has that additional utility of that tiny heal.
He's gonna die.
Correct.
Yeah.
What's,
So
what, what's he ruined on?
I do not have him ruined on a tanky build.
Oh,
That's for sure.
you're also you target towers. Try
In this
running it
one,
again,
yeah.
but
All right, let's try it. Let's try it.
try it again, but change the target
Just hit the
into
boss, yeah.
just
Yeah.
Zyros. Yeah,
Yeah, let's give that a shot. But yeah, I do not have him on a tanky build. Here's his build.
he's. I mean, that's not. I mean, at least you got the crit rate. Um,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
on.
he's.
I built him specifically for Necro, where he is
Mhm,
God tier.
mhm.
And knowing that he was not going to take so much damage from the boss, I just said like full straight damage, and that's how he's built. Though I definitely could have better artifacts on him. Let's try this again. Ah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm super happy with my Ellunia team.
Oh
It's
yeah,
about the
yeah. How's
only.
it going? Let me see. I
It's
haven't. I
about the.
haven't really looked at it.
It's about the only team, the only units that I really have ruined on the violent runes I have, just because with this stage, with that Belinus, you
Yeah,
really want to get
yeah.
that
So you
defense
skip
break.
him too, huh?
Uh,
You skip Belinus. Do you do face
yeah,
face
I
face straight up?
yeah, I just go straight through to the boss.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at here's the mid boss fight here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I kill him fast enough for this. I think Shaman could die again.
Nope.
I mean, I'll kill him this time, but not guaranteed. Let's see if we can take out the boss. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I think you'll be fine going face, or even at least maybe kill just one tower and then go boss, because the main thing that killed you was that there was a defense break on one of your units. And Lauren didn't have a chance to cycle and rotate to apply any sort of pushback or slow. But yeah, I'm happy. I pulled out my cases at one point, and I'm like, I'm still going to use her because I like the shield, I like the crit reduction, I like the heal. It's just it tries to make it a little bit safer, because I did have Orochi in that position, but I was also using his leader skill instead of Ramahan's. And it would be faster, but I found that it did fail a little bit more frequently than this one. I think I get 8 to 9 runs out of 10 generally.
Yeah, sure.
The other, I was getting I think like 5 to 7 more on average. Hey, speed on bio. Roll it.
Yeah. So I got the kill on that one. I don't know. I don't know how consistent this is going to be, but see,
How
I
fast
was
was that?
lucky.
I didn't see.
Lucky 145. I was lucky to get a strip at one point. I got a strip with my light homunculus, so it was like can't rely on that. But that's the one that sort of made it work.
That's the one thing about her kit that I'm really kind of frustrated with, is her S1 strip is just so low on
Yeah, it's barely even
on
it's
its
like,
chance.
It's like it's barely. I mean, you can't bring
Just
the light
destroyed that mid boss
homunculus.
though.
Yeah, that one okay. Can't bring the light homunculus for the strip really. It's a nice like third benefit, but it no matter what you do, put it on violent, whatever, make it fast. It doesn't. It's just not enough.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of the Shaman Spectra, because
Yeah,
both of them will
they'll do a lot. That attack
that big
hits. I mean,
damage,
look at
that
it.
spectral
Yeah, I
that
mean,
special assault.
this is about as much damage as I would ever get before him getting immunity.
Yeah, you got a little shafted there, because I don't think you got the original slow on that right tower.
Oh, really? Did Spectre
Kill
miss it?
again.
I didn't notice. Yeah, that felt pretty fast too. That one. 119.
Minute 19.
That's up there. If it would be consistent, that's way faster than what I run usually. 155. Oh, by the way, did you watch the Sean B video yesterday about the, or maybe the day before, about the triple Ikaru team?
Oh, and how it just ruins your crystals and everything that I said.
Yeah, exactly. And that was my problem right when we got the auto battle and the B12s was like, I just burned 3,000 crystals, and it was like, okay,
Hmm.
gonna have to figure out like it's cool to build faster teams, and I like what he was saying, how you can like you really feel the progression because it's less random than other teams,
Hmm.
but for
It's
what
very
to what end,
consistent.
you know?
So, and it's like I was saying, if you have a good chunk of time through the day to play, I don't think it's necessary. If you have a very shortened window to play, build it, because then you're going to get that same number of like the same quantity of runs in,
Yeah.
as opposed to like if you have 8 hours versus
Then
like
again, if somebody
two to
has a
three
limited
hours.
quantity of time to play, are they building triple Akaru? Like, is that a thing? Is that like I'm
I
gonna
would,
commit my little bit of time? Yeah.
I would, because it's not just DB12.
Yeah, it
It's
is used in
DB12.
a lot
It's
of places.
MB12. It's PC10. You've got one team for those three places. I would for sure, if I had only 2 to 3 hours to play, and I wanted a dungeon team, and I'm going with the prescription of pick one dungeon team for that month and run it. I don't have to re-rune a team every month to put my decent runes onto a new team to then run that dungeon at 100% as fast as possible.
So here, I've
I've got
missed it. I just missed. Oh, I missed the strip. Lauren missed the
well, you got
strip, and then the light homunculus missed the strip, but then he bioprocced and got it on his second shot. So
there we go.
still, I want to see like one time when I fully miss the strip in a round to see what happens if they can still do
Hmm.
enough damage without a defense break. But just keeps winning.
So the only thing that would make the biggest difference is if you retuned your shaman to be faster to get in before the Verd move, because right now he's
Is
going,
he is he after? I wasn't even paying attention.
I believe so. Yeah,
He
Verd
is
and now
after. He is too
shaman.
slow. That's funny.
So
Oh,
that's about
because I
it's
built them
because
for Necro.
you built him
I
for
built him
Necro.
for the
You built
Necro.
him slow on purpose. So
Yeah, I did.
that would
Yeah,
be the
that's right.
only thing
Yep, that'd be
that would
better.
make this better.
That would be better.
Hmm.
And I probably, you know what? It's probably the case that he has some speed subs that I could just like just grind a little bit to because my Verd's not fast. He's not fast. I don't
Because
know what the speeds are, but like he's pretty slow.
oh, I might wait. Am I gonna fit? Oh
Ooh,
no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm good. As long as Fran doesn't do her S2. Oh no, I
there
got
you
it.
go. Yeah,
It
nice.
doesn't matter.
And how do you have
She
these? How do you have these
prioritizes.
guys ruined? Are you all Vio for this?
Uh, I know I'm Vio on most of my units. Ooh,
Yeah, let's see.
Horned
Who do
Will
you
Grant.
got?
No,
Yeah.
we'll leave that for last for now. I have most of them on Vio. I don't think I put my uh, cases on it. Oh yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's amazing.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh,
Congrats.
that's pretty.
That is great.
All right. So let's see. All right. So uh, here's her stats: 124 speed, 1300 attack, low on the crit rate. But I wanted her fast, and she is on Violent Broken. So it's just full broken. No. Blade set. But these are her stats. She's, on the slower side, just HP, a little bit of speed. I did get her with crit rate, and I put her on crit damage because, extra damage. And then where's my Ramahan? Here we go. Low crit rate. I love my healer support has more crit rate than two of my damage dealers. But it's just what was on there. And then, because I was primarily bringing Ramahan in for the strip and the extra defense break. And then, here we go. Bernard, 70 crit damage, speed. Not really tanky. But on, Vio Blade, Vio Focus, Broken, Vio Broken. I don't even think no artifacts, no artifacts, no artifacts.
Right on. Yeah. So yeah, I've been fooling around with Ellunia, trying to go with a non-wind team.
Mm-hmm.
Not for any particular reason. I just thought it would be something to do, and I built a light team, and it was like 90%, but I wasn't happy with it. And I was fooling around with a water team. It wasn't. As I recall, this did not work. But you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
So what were you running? You were running Ramahan and this dude, and
Well, if
that's
you're
it.
going to be ruining your water twins up again, there's like a very good primary team is Galleon Water Twins X. That X can be filled with Barbara, Sigmaris, Taor is actually really good.
My Teo's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
You said Galleon, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, Galleons for the 2 chances
we
of
have?
defense break. Twins have the defense break.
Did you go
Uh,
HP or crit rate?
it's whatever you need. So if you need the crit rate, do the crit rate. I would do that over the HP. And you can
Doesn't
reference.
this dude have like crazy, like single target damage? I remember this guy was like just like eliminating one of my dudes on his third boss wave. He'd just be like, and then I would like lose a
Taor,
unit.
Taor, if I recall, he's got a lot of speed based damage, so speed's really good on him. But he also scales with attack as well.
Well, let's see what happens. Cool. Let's give it a shot. And I probably.
But yeah, if you're able to,
boss battle. And you're talking just face, right?
and then so you're already not tuned correctly because your Taor is going faster than your Galleon. Because you'd want that AoE, hopefully that AoE
sense.
defense break into that skill 3 AoE to just clear that way up. See, and I and I failed on my 10 of 10.
Oh, but you got something to look at though, at least. Oh, did you
Yeah,
already look at
I
that
got
will
that.
rune? Did you see that will rune?
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
it's
good.
there's no speed, there's crit, and there's 9% attack on it. So, and then flat HP. So it could be used for a slow unit on will, like a Guild Wars team or a Siege team against like a Leo.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll roll it. If it gets decent rolls, then I'll keep it.
All right, I'm through to the second wave here. See what happens. Ugh.
And then just for funsies, I threw my Savannah into my GB12 team
1 round.
in place of.
Now, as long as I just take no damage, I should be okay. But unfortunately,
Who died? Oh, that's not good.
going to be good.
Well, if you get. Oh, and no, yeah, you're kind of screwed.
So how's that? So how do you get away from that? Because doesn't he get like first attack and he's going to eliminate a unit pretty much?
He doesn't get first attack guaranteed. It has to do with his passive. So he gets a turn. If I recall correctly, it's based on the number of times he's hit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit prepare, and then just hold over the boss, it's the one to the left. One more.
Attack or defense increase with 25.
There's. I thought one of his. Oh, that's just this. It stacks up. Okay.
So it could have just been that because it doesn't like reset turn order or attack bar at each phase. So maybe I was just like super low attack bar because my team had all gone and his hadn't. So maybe that's why.
Speaking of that, does it bother you that in like secret dungeon floors, the transition of the floor breaks turns to where it breaks passive turns like Roke? Where he goes in, he gets the kill.
Yeah, to finish a floor.
And then to finish the floor, which procs his annihilation passive, but then your next unit gets a turn.
Yeah, I guess so. No, I've never run Roke in a secret dungeon because he's like, so like he's cool and he'll like clear it, but sort of slow, because he's like one, 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 one. I generally go for all like AOE damage dealers in there, and then
Well,
you
because
know
like for
like a
me, if
Garud
it'll
or something.
show, I can't show it here. But I run. They look so good. They look so
Oh
good.
really? Ugh, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it right now. But
I will buy a transmog once they have
I'm gonna do that.
Konamiya. When I can buy Garuda transmogs, that's when I'll do it, and that's the only time.
Here's the thing with that. I don't think that will ever happen. I think what we'll get is the 2A for the Garudas.
Yeah, that's cool. Well,
Because I mean, the only ones that are used in any general fashion are Koniyama and Tion, and that's primarily just for an arena offense or a Guild Wars team. All the other ones, not so much. So I mean, it's not unreasonable to consider that they're going to get a 2A, and I feel like with the Martial Cats and the Werewolves, the 2A builds look nicer. Definitely the Inugamis look nicer than some of the transmogs. So I would imagine that they wouldn't get one if they get 2A'd.
yeah, yeah. So I've been doing. Let's talk a bit about arena because that was our sort of like
Yeah.
thing. So in my team, I've run like a devolution kind of situation with a Jemire, and I use Konamiya, not Tion. And man, he's great. Konamiya, like Konamiya, Konamiya, whatever, Kona. He gets me a lot of kills on the fire units when like other things get wiped out. And I've had like 1v1s. I posted one in our Discord, but I've had a bunch of them.
Stun, stun,
I
stun,
stopped posting
stun.
them because the amount of times I get a 1v1 with Konamiya against a Vanessa or something else, Kumar or some silly fire unit, and my Konamiya is like bunk, 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 and takes him out. And it's like it happens all the time. And my Konamiya is not on like a damage build or anything, but does have a pretty decent crit rate. I love Konamiya. Like in that team, I think it's much more valuable than the revive that Tion brings.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that, and
Tion's a
I
little
actually
faster, but
also like the aspect of Koniyama's cleanse. Because when
super
we were
useful.
testing out,
So
when we
useful.
were
Yeah.
when we were testing out your my defense against your offense, my defense almost lost purely based off of the fact that Koniyama could cleanse.
It's crazy useful. It comes in handy a lot. Because I don't have any. I only have a Jameer on the will runes, so that he gets that cleanse. But sometimes, like after he cleanses, then I may get a second turn with my Kabila if I like double out speed. In which case, then I get a speed boost. But then my like the speed tuning doesn't work out the second round away, and so the other team will get a turn sometimes, depending on how slow they are, after my Jemire goes, and he gets his cleanse, then and it's like I keep him pretty slow, but like somehow they still get a turn in there. And I mean, sometimes he goes first. Maybe it's because all my attack bar boosting, I guess. And then they go, but then the Konamiya is there. If my Konamiya, or rather, if my Lucian doesn't get stunned or whatever, then I'll just like boost him again with that second skill to make him go. Or if he is stunned, I'll give a cleanse, and he's coming up pretty soon because I had the attack bar boost from the Kabila. So it's like it works out really well in my current build. But so how did it go for you in arena last week? Where'd you get?
It went pretty well. I hit. Ooh, that could be nice.
Yep, sure could. That's useful.
So for last week, I actually hit a new ranking record.
Hey, hey,
Um,
hey.
Yeah, and check that out. 3 defenses. 3 defensemen. One was someone just losing to my defense when it was set like it currently is now.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the 2 were actual true defense successes. But yeah, I mean, I hit 1467, which was my best.
That's awesome.
Um,
And how did you
yeah,
do it? Did you wait until the weekend to rush? I mean, are you doing? I see your defense there now. Are you waiting on that?
yeah, no, throughout the week, I'm going to put a trash defense. I'm not going to try and maintain because I feel like I have to search more for fights during the week if I put up an actual defense as opposed to um, putting up a formable defense like this. Um, so, yeah, this last weekend, I forgot what day rush was, so I put my defense up on Saturday, which I'm just going to wait until Sunday to put my actual defense in place this coming week, and then just get as high as I can. So I did. So at last week, I was in like the Fighter One League, which I did hit rank 1 in that league, and then because obviously I hit Fighter 3 now, um, but
You
yeah.
must have to
So I got
attack a lot then on Sunday. I mean, you must have to like. Are you refreshing wings?
I actually refreshed my wings for the first time,
Hmm.
but generally no, I'm not refreshing my wings.
Yeah.
Even on Sunday because it's not like I'm pushing for anything specific. Like I'm not trying to actually rank in. Where's the? It's like I'm not trying to push for any of these units. I'm not trying to push for the high crystals. Um, I was trying to just get a little bit more.
Hmm.
So like I did get the 100 crystals. I was so close. Where
Wait,
was I?
is that the reward for getting Conqueror One? You get a Decameron? Is
Yep.
that's what? Why?
Have you
Why?
never looked at these before?
I mean, I guess I have, but like that's let's say
These
in
like
Shambi we
rotate every
call it
week.
that's kind of shit. You know, like
I mean, she's not
ooh,
any better.
Jubilee. Ooh, awesome.
And then he was in HOH, which a few cycles
Decam.
ago,
Wait, but
Health
that's
Legend.
for the number one.
Hmm.
The only one person gets that. Is
Yeah,
that right? Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna try for that. That's my goal now.
yeah.
I want
Rank
him.
rank 1.
Rank one. Right. Yeah. Awesome. That's what I'm gonna do.
Um, yeah, I was just trying to get a few extra crystals, and just trying to see where I would stack up to. So I guess that's all I was trying to do. Oh, I haven't done my world boss yet. Maybe I'll do my world boss right now. Oh, good timing. Ooh, that's actually really nice. Roll some speed. Put that on the Zyros.
I feel like in this last some number of weeks, maybe since the auto battle, I feel like I've been
Hmm.
rolling just such shit rolls all the time. If there's resistance, I'm hitting it. Like and I've
Yeah.
started. It's happened so much. I get RNG. I understand. You know,
Did,
maybe it's just like my perspective, but I think that Com2 has like increased shit rolls on runes because we get so many more runes. They got to keep it even. So now they're like, no, low rolls and you're gonna hit flats and resistance all the time. That's at least how my experience.
man, I don't know what the actual like power up logic is, but it does seem like it's stacked against us. Which the way that you see the summoning rates as well as the wish rates, you
Wish is
you
like
you, you
broken.
kind of
Wish is so
you kind of
stupid.
don't you kind of
It's like
well, okay,
it's you know
I'll get to
what?
that in a second.
Even if they didn't,
You kind of imagine that they actually do stack the rates against you
in Wish, there's no
oh,
question. But like even if they didn't in Wish, it's not like the
on the
rewards are
powering up,
so
I would
good.
say.
It's not like the Wish. You're not talking about the daily Wish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even if they didn't stack it against us on that, it's not like the rewards are so good. It's like Even
You
if
want
it
to know
was
the?
even if it was random, what am I gonna get? Some like random crap of a monster? I can't even tell you the last time I landed on the monster square. It
I landed on it
might
a
be like twice in my life.
few weeks ago, I think. But here's the shittiest part. You have the same chance of hitting a nat 5 from a mystical scroll as you do landing on that monster square. And then you still have
And
every
then
monster to be able to pull from on that monster square.
it's ridiculous. It's like, why not just give us that thing? Because it sucks anyway. Why does it have to be so
That's what
rare that you get that? And I know I see the Reddit
I would.
posts of somebody that got like some crazy unit on that, but it's like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Like, yeah, the one thing that for the monster square is there's an even chance of pulling any unit. Light, dark, you know,
that's
2 star,
cool.
5 star. It's all even. But at the same time, you're already hitting, 1 in 200
Yeah,
to actually even like
I think
get
those
that opportunity to get totally disappointed.
I think those events where you get like 3 or 5 wishes a day are funny. It's like, oh great, you know, awesome. You know when it happens when I like
I actually hate
I
it when I get the wings. I
That's what I was
prefer I
just about
prefer
to say.
energy.
That's what I was just about to say. Is like yesterday I got the wings and I was already at 10 out of 10. I was like, oh,
I have to do 5 extra
it's
wings.
gonna take me like at like an extra half an hour to clear those 5 wings, because
Uh-huh.
I have my strong defense in all the time.
Hmm.
Just because I'm sort of like I've gotten to a point with the towers where I don't really care, just like do a couple battles here and there. But oh, I got the 15 out of 10. I was like, oh, dude.
I got that this morning.
Yeah, that's pretty
Um,
frustrating. You can see here this morning I got 10,000 mana. You know,
mm,
I'm gonna be
mm.
careful not to spend all that on one rune power up.
As you can see, as I said, I got those extra 5 wings.
That's sweet. That's a sweet
So
bonus
sweet.
right there.
It
It's
was just
5 wings.
amazing.
You're not gonna have to. I keep forgetting to click on this energy thing too. All right, hey, back to arena, right? So
Hmm.
for me, essentially, my experience went like this. I still have. I've been primarily with one arena offense, though I'm tinkering around with a bruiser team, right? Now, I was reading on
Hmm.
Reddit today, somebody posted a bunch of arena offense teams. One dude was like, hey, listen, like you can go the Lucian route, but you can also get to G1 without, or no, G3 without Lucian. He said, I went full bruiser. The Lucian meta is useful, but you don't need it. If you're not going to outspeed, go full bruiser all the time,
Hmm.
because you can do it with way different runes. And he posted his team, and it was Elsharian, Tessarian, Molly, and Bastet, right? And I was looking at
Oh
that.
yeah,
I
because
was
everyone
like,
has Molly,
yeah, right. I was
which she
looking at
can
that.
slightly be replaced by Tetra, but it's the glancing that makes Molly so amazing.
Now, so I mean, I've got 3 of them. No Molly. Well, at least I don't think I do. I have to check, I guess. And she's a 4. Where is she? Where are those guys? Did I pass them? She is an Nat 4, right? All those the mermaids are all
Who?
Nat 4s.
Yeah, mermaids are all nat fours. There you go.
There they are.
I
Nope.
actually, I actually just built up my Tetra, and she actually helped out a decent amount in TOA hard, which was fun. I swapped her out on occasion um, for Mav, just when like debuffs were an issue, like the water jokers, the bombs, to reduce those. That was nice. That was helpful.
Yeah,
Because those
that's
TOA hard bombs just kill you
yeah,
straight
yeah. You
out.
can't get hit by them. Like, I mean, unless you've got a cleanse ready. I
Hmm.
actually failed on that stage and with my like auto team, and then I went to do it manually and I failed again, and I was like, forgot it. Now I'm just on that stage, so I have to go and do that. So I don't have that for our summons today. I didn't finish TOA hard, but just because I was like, it's such a pain in the ass to go through 3 trash waves to get to a boss stage that then you've got to like do a little bit. It's gonna take 5 minutes. It's just like ugh, pain. But yeah, you can see the amount of love I've given to mermaids. None. I've never touched them.
Like she's actually my first mermaid that I've built up.
Yeah.
And where, like as you can see, I've got like
Mana bubble.
loads of
Just such a
loads
stupid
of
name for a skill. Mana bubble. What's
mana
that?
bubble.
That's not intimidating at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyway, so I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about, like, I like the idea of Elsharian and Tessarian. That takes care of, like, my Miho problem and my Halfus problem.
Where are my
And I
mermaids?
like the Elsharian as well, because that takes care of, you know, people having, like, will runes and stuff.
Yeah,
At least to an
Sharion's
extent.
a nice. He can be a nice RTA unit
Yeah, so what is the
because of
point
that.
of, what does Molly do? What's her point in that comp? Because I don't have her, so I want to replace it with something.
So she's sustain with her passive. So she has the same style passive as Tetra, where every turn she can heal a unit, but she also has increased glancing with her passive.
Increase the chance of allies receiving a glancing hit 20%. All right, just a passive glance. That's awesome.
Hmm. So it's
And a
basically damage
passive heal.
mitigation, and then put her on violent, and so it's like proc, and you can have someone if they're targeting one unit
Wow,
healed up
that's
by
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's so good. Guaranteed glance. I mean, 20% team wide glance plus a heal.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanse and a
And then yeah.
shield.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
mana
she's
bubble. No, that's
mad about
dynamite. Yeah, I can see why people use that. Yep, that's really
yeah.
good. Yep.
And
Yep.
she's a pretty prevalent pick in RTA and in SWC right now because she recently got buffed. I mean, her heal got buffed up. Don't know if her glancing chance got buffed up, but it was primarily, I think, the heal
So
went
what?
from
Oh
well,
shoot.
it was Tetra up to what it is now, which I think Tetra's 10%, and now
Well,
Molly's at 25.
so what would be a some kind of replacement? I mean, she's got that. So the team wide passive glance sort of reminds me of like Darian's just native damage reduction. It's not
Hmm.
glancing, but at least it's like passive damage reduction for your whole team. And what else could like replace that? I mean, in that
So
specific comp, or we're just looking for
you,
a sustain unit of any type.
I mean, you can try and use like self-sustaining units. So I think you said Feng Yan on that arena offense team.
Elsharian, Tessarian, Bastet,
Oh,
Molly.
okay. Then yeah, you probably want some kind of sustain because you are going for the long game. Um, Honestly, a unit that I'd want to try would be a an Amon.
Yeah, I like him. I think
You
it's
you
that's a
basically
cool
have
That's a cool skill, man. It's a cool passive.
you basically just need to ruin him like you would a Verd. Doesn't need to be super fast.
Yeah, yeah,
Triple revenge,
yeah.
and because he'll hopefully get turns. It's great against the cleave.
I think I still have him
It's
ruined.
great against any dark units as a tank. One of the things that you want on for him would be him to be the only light unit,
Yeah, yeah,
because then if there are dark units on that defense team, they're gonna hit him. They're gonna focus him, and then since he's also element neutral, if you have units that you're going up against that you have the advantage on, they're going to focus him over them to kind of cycle that healing and that revenging. That's how I would ruin him. Just HP, crit rate, resistance. Like he has provoke on skill 1. Don't care about that. It's the passive.
and that's it.
That's
He
the
brings
only
the
thing I
heal.
would run him for. And it's annoying because it's 10% of his HP. So if you just stack him heavy, so just HP with
20%.
20. Oh yeah, HP crit rate, HP crit rate and subs. If you can do that,
Yeah, yeah.
that's how I would ruin him up. Oh, looks like you closed your stream. That's how I would ruin him up. I feel like that would be fun. I feel like that would throw a lot of people off and make it really frustrating. But yeah, that's
Oh, I
who
see
I
what happened.
consider.
My QuickTime crashed, and it like started to crash other stuff.
Hmm.
Now how do I do this?
All right. Well, once we get that up, why don't we go
Oh,
into our summons and
yeah.
start
Yep.
closing this out?
Yep. Let's see if I can.
But something I did want to bring up again was, and something that I hope gets improved upon, is the monster search system of being able to not just to be able to have all of the other effects in here, not just some, as well as having a skill option. So, like, if you want to know
Yeah, that
who
would be awesome.
has something
Yeah.
on skill 1, who has it on skill 2, who has it on skill 3, that is what I would love to also have.
Particularly with the artifacts now, like having like
Mhm.
where's the skill that needs accuracy, where's that, I'm always having to go back, and it like sucks that on the artifact choosing screen you can't access the
Mhm.
monster skills, you know, because you can't
Yeah.
because when you're in there then you gotta go back out, and like so I use some website. I just like it's Summoner's War skills. I Google it every single time, and it's a nice
Mhm.
database of all the skills, but it's not by you can't filter by turn, like by S1,
Yeah.
S2, S3. It's just like who has this.
Yeah.
I find it way
And
way more
then
useful than this thing. I like never even use this thing.
the other thing would be applicable to who? To self or allies. So, like, attack buff. You can
Yeah,
buff just yourself, or
yeah,
you can buff your allies. You can cleanse just yourself. You can cleanse your allies.
yeah.
There's so much that they can add to
There's a
this
lot
that would
more there.
make it
Yeah,
so much better for people. Like like me, for instance, when I'm looking for something, or for you who you don't know what all the monsters do, or a good majority of them do, and then all the new players.
yeah. It's
There's
hard.
so much. There's so many mechanics that the units have that are excluded from this, that it makes it very difficult, because
Yeah, it is.
when the game came out 5 years ago, we didn't have there weren't as many units, so you could learn them a little bit better.
Yeah,
And then over the 6 years that the game's been out, they've added a substantial amount of units,
yeah.
uh,
And
that it
change their
makes it difficult.
skills,
And
you
then
know, and
change their skills,
every
change
patch
mechanics,
things
added
stand. I
mechanics.
don't know. That's why, you know. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Oh no, I'm not being efficient. Hold on, I have to start an auto battle. All right, let's do it. So what do you got? I've got,
Well, I did
one
one.
Street Fighter,
I've got two of those. I don't know why.
because you didn't have it from the event from
Oh, is that right?
last week when I got mine.
Yep.
I've got two
And a bunch of
Legends,
other stuff.
two LDs, 4 Elementals, and 17 Mystics.
All right. Yeah. So let's do it. What do you want to start? Start with the
Well,
mysticals.
do you still have your blessing?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Then go Street Fighters first. The blessing doesn't pop on Street Fighters, and you want to go Street Fighters first, just in case you get one of those, get any of the Nat 5s, and your blessing pops on the Mystic. You don't want to. It
Okay.
helps you
Yeah, fine
reduce your
with me.
chance of getting a dupe.
All right, let's do it.
So, also, as a note to everybody, when you see that
I'm happy with that. It's not a
the
dupe for
little
me.
search circle, the loading circle on lightnings, that doesn't actually. What that actually means is that it's loading the elemental pack purchase. So that circle bar. So let's see if it'll pop here for me. So that right there, that's saying that I'm summoning that color for the first time. So this is fire. So after this, we're going to see this fire pack pop up.
Right.
This happens whenever you do a lightning for that first elemental type. So the next time I get a fire, that will pop up. But it'll pop up for wind, for water, for light, for dark.
Cool. That's good to know. I did not know that. Yeah, so I was happy with that. I got the little thing, and that's my first water Chun-Li. Sounds
There we
pretty
go.
cool.
And
I'll
I
take
got a Fire Chun-Li, which I want to build for Arena Offense. I was given the indication to, not
Consider
really
wind.
consider that, but I like it.
All right,
I'm going
2
to try it.
Chun-Lis. Look
So
at that. I'm rich with Chun-Lis.
there we go. Lightning. Okay, it's not fire. It's wind. Okay. Do I need more ninjas?
Fire through. Do some.
I do, because I don't have the water ninja built.
Yeah, me either. I just 6-starred Orochi last night.
Orochi.
Yeah. I've been meaning to do it for like years, Like I think he's a dynamite unit, and I've just had those. I've had plenty of extra, whatever he's called, the skill ups. I got plenty of them, but I just had to like
Plenty of
get them to
ninjas.
5-star.
Come on, you can give me one more lightning in these mystics. You can give me one more. You can give me one more. You can give me one more. You're gonna give me one more? Wow.
You're getting
Okay.
nothing.
I still got my elementals. I still got my elementals. Let's see. I'll do my waters first.
Nothing.
You know what? If you're saving the lightning for my 2 LDs, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, see, I've just gone like 10 summons in a row, which means I'm due. So I'm gonna do my LD now.
Yes! Whoa! Light dark. Light one? That's new.
Cool. Yeah, she's good.
I have all of them now. I have two Bethany's. Oh, you got Halia.
I did it. I have all the
Nice.
LD3s. Yeah, I'm super pumped with that. That's like the best non-lightning I could get. You're psyched with her name's Chris, right? Chris.
Yeah, it is.
She's good. I like her. Yeah. She's
She got a buff not too long ago to where she gets recovers a turn instantly on her skill 3 if she doesn't crit. No, if she doesn't stun. So you can go skill 3 defense break into skill 2 big nuke and one-shot units. Okay, so I got 2 legendaries to go.
all right, and I am just with my 1 legendary, and it's happening. Give me
My heart's
something.
going.
Give me
Oh.
something.
God, that LD lightning. That LD
Yeah, that's
lightning
awesome.
just gets
That's
you.
the best.
I need more Sky Dancers. And
What?
let's see. Here we go. Last one. Nope.
This is baloney,
Undai.
man. I summoned this by. I didn't click the Street Fighter button.
Yep.
And I still got him.
Yeah,
It's like
because it's in the normal pool.
like I click the thing to not get him. That cost me a legendary scroll. It was a legendary scroll.
It's like you realize they're actually in the normal summoning pool. It's not just you hit that SP button
I
for only
know,
Street
but
Fighters.
It sucks. Like I'm. That's like the
So
absolute
I'm still
worst
curious.
case.
I'm still curious about once the Street Fighter event is over, if we will be able to, and I imagine we would be able to, use the non-Street Fighter units to power up and skill up the Street Fighter units. I imagine we would be able to do that. Oh, and maybe that's fun.
Ugh. Oh, I also am building. I am building Antares for my arena defense. To just be some sort of a random pain in the ass to somebody. So I got to ruin him up. I did that too with a bunch of liches. This week was a week of like 5-starring liches and whatever those things are called.
Liches?
Ninjas. Yeah. So
ninjas.
I 5-starred 10. So I spent 40 of my 4-star Rainbow Mon to get Antares and Orochi. But that's cool. I love doing that. It was like I posted in the thing. It's like, I don't care if it's just a 4-star where you're skilling them up with family. It still feels good. That's still like...
I love that feeling. That's why I hold on to as much as I do in terms of like 4 stars, and why you should hold on to 4 stars and not feed them excluding 4 skill ups.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a good
now
feeling.
you're doing this again. All right, well, that's the end of stream. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so there it is. Hey, man, you pulled Chris. I pulled Helia.
did.
I'm super
I
pumped with that.
did.
Like, Helia, now
I
I
was
just
going to be a
need
little
tons of
disappointed
harpies,
if I
though.
got another Bethany, though.
Yeah, yeah. Now
But yeah.
now I need even more harpies because I'm working on Kabila just to skill
Mm-hmm.
her up. She's still 4 stars. I have 3 in my bank. Now I need like 15 harpies. Is there a secret dungeon for them? Maybe there is.
For harpies? Yeah.
There is. All right, so that's what I have
A
to
couple of the elementals have them.
do. I have to do that. But
I might have to
I'm
do.
pumped. I'm gonna. You know
How many
what?
skills does
I've
she
been
need?
saying this for like a year and a half that I would speed tune one of those elemental dungeons. What are those stupid things like the Hall of Wind and stuff? I've been
Sweet
saying
Jesus.
that when I got Helia, I would build a speed tuned team for that, and now I got her. So now I have to do it.
Mhm. 16 skill ups she needs.
Yeah.
I mean, she has 3-star counterparts, so I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was
She is that
actually,
Yeah.
I was finishing scaling up.
Did I even do
I
that?
think I'm only a couple away
I think I finished her.
on
Yeah, I did.
where.
Look at that. So many skill ups. And she sits without runes.
Here we go. So, like, I've got my max skilled 6-star, fully skilled Bethany. I have my one away from max skill ups for my second Bethany.
Yeah.
Because she hits hard, and if you set her up with, because her S3 has an increased percent chance for ignoring the defense based off of harmful effects, that you can actually make it pretty consistent for her to ignore defense. So I was thinking, 2 of them that could be pretty
Yeah.
nice. She has an AOE skill 2 with a slow, but it's a 50% chance for activation, which sucks. And quick note, activation is not increased with accuracy.
Right.
Activation rate and accuracy are 2 different mechanics entirely.
Yeah.
Accuracy is against resistance check. Activation is just a flip of the coin of if it activates or not.
Do it,
Yeah, so there's always the activation check and then the resistance check before it actually would be applied.
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck with Chris. I had her fully ruined, and I thought I'm gonna use I love this unit. I don't get too many LD 4 stars,
Uh-huh.
So I fully skilled her and ruined her, and I tried to use her in a bunch of places, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get her into any one team so much that she lost her runes.
She would be a good Guild Wars snipe unit because she can defense break into a nuke, so she's turn cycling herself.
Yeah.
So
I wish you luck with her. Maybe if you come up with the Guild War team, and
it's like I feel like all of our conversations for this, like, they go about an hour, but it's like we could keep talking for 3 more hours.
Sure. Well, there's a lot to talk
But
about.
let's let's cut it off, and let's we both have things to do.
Yeah, right on. All right, man. And to everybody out there, join us on Discord. Find the link in the description. Smash that sub. No, wait. Smash that like. Is that what people say? Do that.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Leave
cool.
a comment, say hi, drop into Discord. We're generally pretty easy people to talk to.
Yeah. Right on. All right. Take it easy, man. I'll see you out there.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.